Alright, you've made it to step 6. This is by far the most important step in the assembly of your multi-tool because we're going to tackle tracking. Now, there's a tracking lever located on the left-hand side of the machine. With that in the neutral position, take your belt, slip it over the drive pulley and over the front contact wheel. Simply engage the spring by pulling up on the lever located underneath the platen. Give that a quick turn, and what we should see is the belt run to the center of the contact wheel and not wander off left or right. The tracking lever, when pushed all the way down, should move our belt to the left. Pulled all the way up, should move our belt to the right. That's a nice micro tracking that we can use even as the machine is running. Very handy when you're changing to a different belt, which might have a tendency to track one way or the other. Now, if you're not able to get the belt to run in the middle or the tracking lever to get the belt to move both directions, we can make more of a macro adjustment by simply loosening the bolts right here that hold the tensioner arm to the main bracket. There are slots in the main bracket that allow us to move the top or the bottom of the tensioner arm one way or the other. That'll essentially give us a macro tracking adjustment. You can play with that a little bit, tighten those bolts back down, and recheck to make sure your belt tracks the way that you want it to. Now, 4-inch models are a little bit more finicky in how aligned everything is to get the tracking to be as you want it. So one little tip to do on the 4-inch models is to take a couple of straight edges. One of those is going to run right down the side of the drive pulley. One of those will run right down the side of the contact wheel. We want those two to be parallel. If you find that those two dimensions are not parallel, you can go back to figure 2 of the written instructions, and we can adjust how this main bracket and the tensioner arm fit on that tapered adapter plate. We can loosen up 3 nuts. We can move that main bracket over on the taper and retighten, and that'll allow us to get this and this surface running parallel, greatly improving our tracking. The last step then is simply to take the cover plate, which will fit right onto the drive pulley, and using the included self-tapping screws and a Phillips screwdriver, you can attach that to the side. This is a self-adhesive grinding disc, which will go on next. That'll finish up the assembly of your multi-tool. Hopefully you'll find, like so many other owners do, that they use this tool all the time. They love it. Extremely versatile, easy to change belts, easy to track, a lot of fun to use in your shop. If you've got any more questions about assembly, use, abrasives, things of that nature, feel free to give us a call, email us, contact your dealer. We'll be glad to get you set up, make sure it's running the way that you want it to run. I hope the video was helpful. Thanks a lot for buying a multi-tool. Have fun.